reactivity. So a molten salt. So if you take molten salt, so directly these highly reactive metals will undergo simply reactions. What is the process? Reduction of electrolytic process. Directly electrolytic reduction method will use it. That is what electrolysis process. So let me take one of the example. So you have to pass the electric current through the what? Molten salt. So if you pass through the molten salt, what we have to do, guys? First example, let me take it now. So extraction of sodium from where, guys? Sodium. What is the source of sodium? Sodium chloride. This is only halide salt. Am I right, guys? You should speak. I am not. Halides. Am I right or wrong? So halide group. Halide group means what? It is chlorine, 17th group elements. Halogens are present. So what is this? We have to take extraction of sodium from sodium chloride. We have to take it as a what? Electrolysis process of what? Everybody. Electrolysis of, you should speak, molten sodium chloride. Molten sodium chloride. What do you mean by molten sodium chloride? NaCl aqueous or NaCl liquid? Anybody? NaCl, please respond. NaCl liquid. Okay. Aqueous means dissolved in water. It is for this one. NaCl molten. Molten means directly it is melted. Keep it in mind that. So anybody can tell what will happen? NaCl, if it is molten, so we all knows that. So undergoes current electrolysis process. Reactions will study electrolysis process. What is the products will come? Sodium plus and Cl minus. Am I right, guys? Everybody, please respond. Sodium ion plus and Cl minus. Now, so when the current is passed, then the sodium ions move towards to the what? Anybody can tell me? When the current is connected, sodium ions move towards to the what? Cathode or anode? Yes, cathode. And they will get the electrons and they will converting into atom. Understanding? Next, chlorine ions, they will move into towards to the what? Anode. Okay, so that is what. So sodium is obtained at cathode and chlorine gas is liberated at where? Anybody? Please respond. So sodium will obtained at cathode. So and next Cl2 gas. Chlorine gas will obtained at where? Gas liberated. It is a gas, guys. That is why liberated we can use. So liberated at where? Everybody respond. At anode. Okay. So now, what is a cathodic reaction? Oxidation or reduction? Anybody can tell. Addition of electrons. Sodium ion converting into sodium atom. Am I right, Mr. Rohit? Understanding? Pugal? Sodium ion converting into sodium atom. So that addition of electrons are receiving of electrons are. Removing of electrons are. Check it, everybody. Minus to atom. Ion to atom. Addition of electrons or removal of electrons? Anybody? Yes, please. Girls. Addition of electrons. So cathodic reaction. Please write it. Cathodic reaction. Addition of reaction. What is to call, Hari? That is called as reduction. So sodium ions will come. So plus means what? Lack of electrons or gain of more of excess of electrons. Plus means less number of electrons. Am I right or wrong? Please respond. Plus means it is loss of electrons. So it will receive the electrons from cathode and it will converting into Na. So that is what melt. Sodium metal it will come. Next, anodic reaction. Anodic reaction, tell me. We want to convert chlorine ion into chlorine gas. So we need removal of electrons or addition of electrons. Already it is minus, guys. Excess electrons is there. So it needs to remove the electrons or it needs to add the electrons. Anybody? Please remove. Yeah, anodic reaction. It is oxidation. So addition of removal of electrons we used to call oxidation only. So we studied or not in first chapter oxidation and reduction. Everybody? Yes, please. But here I am not writing Cl2. I am writing Cl. Cl means what? It is a nascent chlorine or chlorine gas. Anybody? Nascent nascent chlorine, highly reactive. So that chlorine will react with another chlorine and it will form stable Cl2 gas. That is what you have to remember. Any doubt you can ask. Clear, guys? All of you? Everybody? So please remember, if anybody is having doubt in this, I will say you. Metal atom will converting into metal ion by loss of electrons or by gain of electrons. Metal ion, that also which ion? Positive ion. Positive ion by loss of electrons or gain of electrons. Everybody, please respond. Loss of electrons. That is what we can say Mne minus. Okay. So Mn, sorry, plus Ra. Mn plus, number of electrons is lost. Okay. Next, same metal ion will converting into atom by loss of electrons or by gain of electrons. Everybody, by gain of electrons. Reverse. Next, non-metal ion, non-metal atom converting into ion. How, guys? By gain of electrons or loss of electrons? Everybody, by gain of electrons. That is what addition in reactant side. Understanding? Everybody, please respond. Now this non-metal ion converting into atom, how it will be? By loss of electrons or by gain of electrons? Everybody, by removal of electrons. That is what it is. Reverse process. All of you understand? Everybody? Atom to ion and ion to atom. So addition of electrons, always reduction, and removal of electrons, always oxidation. Is it okay, guys? Please respond, everybody. Understanding? So this is what it is. So electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride, for example, if you make it, understanding, then sodium metal deposited at the cathode, it will react with the water very, very vigorously because sodium is highly reactive metal. Am I right or wrong? Everybody, please respond. All of you? Yes. So that is the reason. So no, you can notice it. We will never use, for extraction of sodium, we will never use aqueous sodium chloride. Always we will use what, guys? Everybody? Always what will use? Anyone? Please respond. Molten NaCl. Why here? There is a CBQ question here. Anybody can tell me? What is the CBQ question from this? Why can't we take aqueous NaCl for extraction of sodium? Yes, please. Because sodium gas will liberate at the cathode, but it is highly reactive with the what? It is highly reactive with the what? Everyone? Yes. Water. Aqueous means water is present. So it will react with the water vigorously and it will converting into, instead of sodium, it will converting into what? It will converting into what? Instead of sodium, it will converting into sodium hydroxide. That is what? Molten NaCl. It will become into another reaction. What is that reaction name called as? Chloralkali process, and hydrogen gas also liberated at the cathode along with the sodium hydroxide. So no sodium will be present. That is why always we have to take it here. If you notice it, we have to take this because the metals have more affinity for the oxygen than carbon. So the metals are obtained by electrolytic reduction. So no need reduction process with the carbon. So for carbon, reduction is, for these highly reactive metals, reduction by carbon is not required. So directly we can go with electrolytic reduction. So sodium, magnesium and calcium are obtained by the electrolysis of their, what is that? Check it here. This is very important. What is that? All of you. Molten chlorides. It is aqueous chlorides or molten chlorides? Molten, liquid state chlorides. So the metals are deposited at the cathode, whereas chlorine is liberated at the anode. So the reactions will be like this, cathodic reaction. So by adding electrons, sodium ion turns into sodium atom. So this is why it is called as reduction or oxidation. Anybody? That is why it is called as reduction or oxidation. Everyone? This is called as addition of electrons, guys. What do we used to call?
Reduction.
Reduction. And this one, removal of electrons. So that is why it is called as, what is to call? Oxidation. Okay. So always you should take molten. So please write it. If electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride, if electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride is carried out, if very important CBQ. So why can't we take aqueous molten chlorides for extracting calcium, potassium, sodium, aluminum and all. Okay. So because molten state, they will react, highly react with the water, so that we'll never obtain the pure metal. That is what is the reason. Okay, guys. So write it. If electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride is carried out, if electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride is carried out, the sodium metal deposited at, where the sodium metal will come? Everybody check it here. Sodium metal will come at where?
Cathode.
Cathode. Sodium metal deposited at the cathode, reacts with water vigorously, and converting into what, guys? Immediately it will be converting into something. What is that? Yes, please. Reacting. Yes. Reacting with the water vigorously and converted to what? Converted to sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. All of you understand?
Sir.
Yes. Any doubt you can ask. All of you understand, Amma? Next. Thus, hydrogen gas also, because if it is sodium, aqueous sodium chloride, it is called as what? Chloralkali process. Am I right or wrong? All of you. So, chloralkali process. So, chloralkali process, what is the products? NaOH plus hydrogen gas plus chlorine gas. So, chlorine will come at the anode, doesn't matter. But hydrogen gas also liberated where? Only cathode only. So, that is very tough. So, we never get a pure, no sodium will be remains. Thus, hydrogen gas also liberated at cathode. Hydrogen gas also liberated at the cathode, along with the sodium hydroxide, So that is why we can also obtain aluminum is obtained by the electrolysis reduction of aluminum oxide. Of course, that is also we'll study now, because this only they will ask in exam. Similarly, they are saying, but we don't know. They will ask in exam, write cathode and anode reactions of aluminum. So in this paragraph, there is a word which many people don't know the meaning. Can you find the word? Anybody fastly? Many of you don't know the meaning of that word. Yes, please. Haseen, Manigandan. Many of you don't know the meaning of that word. I want to know. Harizeras?
Affinity.
Yes, affinity. Write it. The tendency of a chemical species to react with another species. The tendency, they're saying, see, these metals have more affinity. Who is having more affinity? The metals which are present in the top. Am I right or wrong? Everybody. Means they can easily lose their electrons and they can ready to form the compounds. That is what affinity. High affinity means easily can donate the electrons or receive the electrons. So that they are called as affinity. Write that. The tendency of a chemical species, to react with another species to form a chemical compound. Understand, Mr. Vijay? Yes, that is what it is. So that is the affinity meaning. So let us write for aluminum. Okay, we have 3 more minutes. We'll finish it. Then we'll go with the corrosion and all in the next class. So aluminum, write it everybody for aluminum. Extraction of aluminum from, write it. Any one of you? Yes, extraction of aluminum from alumina. What is the aluminum oxide ore? Check it everybody. What is the name of the aluminum ore? Aluminum ore, guys. That is what I'm asking. Check your list and tell me.
Oxide.
Aluminum.
Box.
Yeah. What is the common name? Alumina. So what is
Oxide.
that? Al2O3. Extraction of aluminum from alumina oxide. So directly I can take. What is that? Alumina. Yes, please. Alumina is actually has high melting point. So what will happen? So of course, alumina is having high melting point. So extremely high. Note that also. High MP melting point. So first of all, I will melt it. So molten aluminum oxide. Tell me what will happen? Electrolysis process. Everybody. Electrolysis process. What will happen? You should tell me. We'll get Al3 plus O2 minus. Am I right, guys? Aluminium 3 and O2 that. So and there 3 oxygens. So here 3 and here 2 aluminiums and here 2. Is it balanced equation? Verify it, everybody. All of you? Yes or no? Please respond. That is what it is. So next what will happen? Cathodic reaction and anodic reaction, tell me. So aluminum ion, we need to add the electrons so that cathodic reaction, because it will come at the cathode and it will come at the where? Everybody, anode. Okay. So now cathodic reaction, tell me. Either it is a reduction or oxidation, addition of electrons. Reduction or oxidation?
Reduction.
Reduction. So aluminum 3 plus. So we need how many electrons? Girls, 3 electrons is needed to turn into aluminum atom. Understanding all of you? Please respond, Ra. Yes. Next. B. Anodic reaction. So anodic reaction is a what? Oxidation or reduction?
Oxidation.
Yes. Anodic reaction is oxidation. So that oxygen will lose the electron. So liquid oxygen actually. What is the physical state of this one? Everybody? Liquid. Okay. So liquid ions will come. So they will lose how many electrons? 2 electrons. They will lose 2 electrons and it will turns into O gas. O means what? It is a O2 oxygen or nascent gas.
Yes.
Nascent gas. So
Nascent.
nascent gas. So nascent gas is very highly reactive. So that what will happen? Immediately it will react with another oxygen molecule, oxygen atom, and it will be turns into what gas? Everybody. Yes, please. Oxygen gas.
Oxygen.
Okay. So that is what. So we will get aluminum metal at cathode, and oxygen gas at where? Oxygen anode. Okay. So that is what you have to remember. I hope everybody understand. So this is what is about it. So all the extraction of metals is also completed, and then hardly 1 or 2 days it will be take corrosion. So once corrosion is over, this chapter is also completed. So now your duty is till here, whenever time permits, you must need to complete it. Okay. So in our book up to page number 53 till corrosion heading. Then tomorrow we'll start corrosion and prevention of corrosion. Once it is over, this chapter is also completed. Mostly by tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll finish it. Okay. So this is what is about it. I hope already we are having a good experience in corrosion. We are already studying chapter number 1. Please kind request, go through that and read every question. Every equation has its importance. I'm saying you, very tough paper you can expect in this year, your batch. So it's not easy at all to make 90 even. So unless we are committed and we are working hard. So please understand that and make it everything. So don't get sleep now. So get back to work and start working. If you are free, you can read chemistry, or else you can prepare for your DRD exam or whatever you want. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll meet in tomorrow's class. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.